The second story in the collection, called Crosscurrents, still under the category of girls, is I had been experimenting with a 6-year-old character named Esther. And I was teaching, actually, at Delaware County Community College. This is pre-pandemic. It's maybe 2018. And I was teaching a nighttime summer class. And we had caught up with all of the work that we were going to do for the evening. Being that it's a condensed course and it's only 6 weeks, we had these 3-hour classes. So I had about 15 minutes to spare, and I never like short sheeting a class. I like to go all the way to the end, give everybody their money's worth. And I thought, why don't I just play a game and use the ideas that the class has? So I said, everybody rip out a sheet of paper and just jot down 1 or 2 sentences and tell me what you would like in the perfect short horror story. What would you like in it? And, I took the sheets of paper home that night and, I popped open a beer and I read through these. And most of them, they were all good. Most of them were pretty cliche, like, oh, there's a house that's haunted, or, there's a werewolf who's, eating people at night, or there are vampires. It was all very typical. And then I got one that said, there's a white witch on a horse in the middle of the highway. And that blew me away. For some reason, that image just sparked something. And that's how I wrote Crosscurrents. And it's about my, 6-year-old Esther character. And she loves the ocean. And out of the ocean comes a horse. And the horse is bearing a ghost. And that's where that idea came from. Of course, I shaved the witch out of it because I didn't really need that part. But the inspiration of that comes directly from teaching college, and that's why I like that story. Another thing that I was involved with when I wrote that, whenever I write a new short story, I try to work on stuff. I don't really talk about it that much, but I'm always working on my game. And with this particular story, I wanted to work on minimalism. I tend to overwrite things. I've always thought I owe the reader every bit of exposition that I've thought of in my head. And in this case, I'm trying to really go Hemingway with it, with his aesthetic theory of omission. Almost like the iceberg. And you have to know the whole iceberg, but the audience only has to see the tip that comes out above the surface of the water. And that's what I was practicing with this. And again, thank you in advance for the read and giving it a chance.